Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well and I hope that you are all fighting that war against the grey. In today's video we have another Warhammer Black Library story to review for you. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest of the Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the second story in Ragnar Blackmane series by William King and later Lee Leitner. This story is called Ragnar's Claw. This book takes a place a short time after the events of book number 1, which is Space Wolf. If you're checking out this video and you haven't yet read or listened to the first review we've done for Space Wolf, I'd recommend checking that out first, and you can find a link above for that video. As always, I do like to listen to these Black Library stories via an audiobook format, listening to them while I do some hobby at the desk, while doing other jobs around the house, or just listening to them before bed. Ragnar's Claw is today's focus though, and this really throws you for an interesting spin where it begins, because it starts off in the far future with Ragnar and his epic tale, discussing a battle fought long in the future from where we're sort of set at from Space Wolf. Ragnar's like a leader of the Space Wolves at this point in time, and this is just really a setup because it gets to see Ragnar having a memory of times long past as an old foe's name is mentioned in the distant future setting. And so, after the initial setup story here, getting us into, back to where we were just after Space Wolf, we then get to have Ragnar's account of his very first off-world mission. He and his Bloodclaw companions are tasked with accompanying a couple of Inquisitors across the galaxy to find the pieces of an ancient artifact in order to help save the planet Ares, the homeworld of the Inquisitors they have been tasked to help. Ares is a vitally important planet to the Imperium with vast manufactoriums and other valuable assets, though it definitely feels like the Inquisitors' emotional attachment to the homeworld of theirs certainly pushes the value of this world maybe beyond what it might actually be. In this story, we meet many characters that we've already seen in Ragnar's story so far, like Sergeant Hakan and other fellow Space Wolf initiates like Strybjorn, Ragnar's rival and hated enemy, I guess, but also brother-in-arms, and characters like Sven and Nils as well. We're also introduced to many other interesting characters, most notably the two Inquisitors, but also others like the captain of the Inquisitors' Guard and a priest from a world overrun by Xenos. Which Xenos? Well, you'll have to listen to it to find out. One thing though that this story does well for me is just simply telling a strong adventure story. We get a lot of setup and initial character building and introductions and stuff like that before we first set off from the world of Fenris, home of the Space Wolves, and then this is where the searching for the fragments of the artifact really begin, and the story sticks to the big beats when we are doing this. It does well to skip over some of the more mundane things that happen, like the day-to-day travel of, I guess, the spaceship, though it does fill you in with enough information of what's happening so you feel like you are on that voyage, you're just not getting bogged down or drowned in it too much. I really enjoy, for me, the little twist near the end of the story. There's definitely some good double crossing and betrayals that happen within the story that I really didn't see coming when I initially read this. And then, honestly, while the story was great, I do feel like the quest for each fragment could have been a story in their own right. Particularly the last fragment that they have to go get. I do feel that that particular story is rushed. I feel the first part of the fragment is definitely where the story really has the majority of it sort of placed, and the second one does feel like it is a little bit more rushed, though both stories are cool and they tell a different sort of thing, but definitely that second last one is rushed a little bit, I feel. A great story nonetheless though, but maybe not quite to the level of the first story in the series. I think 4 out of 5 stars is probably where I land with my view, probably leaning closer to a 3 than a 5 on that 4. If you are, though, interested in potentially checking out some other Space Wolf stories, I'd recommend checking out the Chris Rate Space Wolf trilogy containing the stories Blood of Asserheim, Stormcall and Hellwinter Gate, all of which we have reviewed already on the channel. And so that is our review of the story for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to drop a comment down below. Let us know what you enjoyed about it. Give us a like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications for all the good things from the channel. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.